All right, so today is day 18, and I'm realizing now that there's been over 20 videos that I've posted since starting, and I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment. So, can't wait to hit the next milestone, which would be a month. And then, yeah, I don't know, I might take a different direction of these daily videos and how I do them, but they're working really well, and I'm glad to be able to keep doing them. Today's Sunday, so I went to church in the morning. I felt pretty bad because I couldn't sleep, and this is becoming a reoccurring thing of me not being able to sleep good. So I ended up waking up with a headache and I wanted to sleep in. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing, and I missed the first service, but I watched it online and it was really good. So I'll get to that. And then I went to second service and it's also really good, very exciting uh, to be there, and yeah, it was good. Um, I went to lunch for my grandma's birthday, and the food was pretty good. I was so full though, like I haven't been able to eat at all. Um, and yeah, no, it was just super good. So yeah, there's a couple of things I want to talk about, and I guess the first thing is that I saw, or I was walking by, like taking out the trash, and my house got fumigated. So they recommended that they take all the plants close to the house and in the house outside so they don't die, obviously. And all the plants that we had inside the house, we had to take them outside and put them in the back, put it far away. But the plants that are at the front of my house, you can't really move them, like they just stay there. So they actually got affected by the fumigation and they literally all died. So there's like these bushes that wrap around my house and they literally just completely died, lost all their leaves, and it looked like it was winter and that all the leaves fell off because of the weather and stuff. And that was last week, and it's been a full week now, and you could still see the dead leaves on the ground, but it's already growing new green leaves. And there's, I guess, I didn't really think much of it at first, but when I saw it, I realized like that, I don't know, I made some connection in my brain and it was super random. And basically, what I'm trying to explain is that I saw it and related it to us and how, we as people are constantly growing. And I know that I'm constantly growing and I want to continue to constantly grow. So, looking at that plant, you know, fumigation, let's just say something very negative happened to your life. That negative thing is going to affect you and it's going to bring you down. But the beautiful thing is that we can keep going and growing and learning and improving and just, you know, changing and continue to change. And this change is growth. And, over with time, this plant was able to grow back its leaves. Even though it got affected by the fumigation, it never really died and it grew and it bloomed. And so it's kind of a reach, but if you really think about it, it's kind of, there's something similar about it with how, we need to grow and we are always constantly growing. That's why you talk to any old person and they're pretty wise. So, with time we grow, and that's what I was getting at. So, I don't know. It was very random, but also pretty cool if you ask me. So, I wanted to talk about church, and I watched two different services basically today, so it's a lot of information. But there was one thing that stuck with me, and it was basically the pastor explaining how parents need to be better at affirming their kids. And I wrote down some things saying that you basically have to affirm and celebrate them before they really need to do anything. Because, we as people like to celebrate when something good happens, when we accomplish something. But, he was basically saying that, parents, you need to celebrate them because they're yours. And you need, or that's the thing that they, like, I guess in a kid's mind, that if you don't celebrate them for just being there, they attach value to doing and think value comes from activity rather than identity. So there's no other way to put it. That's so well put together, and I don't think I could explain it better. But I'm not a parent. I don't have a child, and that dynamic of with a child is very different. I just saw it and took it in my scenario, because in the future, obviously, that's something that will come to me, of loving a child and loving another person in that way. But taking it in as now, I need to be affirming and celebrate myself. I don't need to accomplish the craziest things to be happy. I'm here alive, and I'm making some type of impact into this world. Everyone is. So it's not just me, but everyone around, friends, family. Sometimes people need affirmation when they least expect it, and it definitely comes a long way. You don't need to accomplish the craziest thing to receive some love, because we're all people, we're all human. So yeah, that was definitely my favorite thing I heard all day, and it's definitely something I will carry with me and think about in the future. And so that brings me to my last point, and it was a video that I saw, and I tried to, I guess, kind of explain what I got from it, and then wrote down what I said after. So it's just a paragraph, and I'm going to read it because I have it on my journal. And basically it says, the greatest gifts are in the detours, not the plans. When things don't go to plan, it's okay. If you knew the ending to your story, it wouldn't be worth watching. In other words, life wouldn't be worth living if you knew what was going to happen next. The thrills in life are the unknowns. And I am realizing now that there's beauty in the unknown, and sometimes I have to walk by faith to keep going. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after that. And even if I don't know, I still go, and I still keep pushing, and I still continue with my day. I still do activities that I want to do, the things that I have to do, even things that I don't want to do, but I know I have to. And I just do them. And nothing is necessarily guaranteed or promised. And I don't know that. And that's scary, very scary. But I can't just stay scared all my life. I've mentioned this in a video before. I can't just be scared. I have to take action. I have to keep pushing. I have to keep going. I have to be uncomfortable in certain situations. I have to push myself. So, yeah, no. And again, if I just knew what was going to happen tomorrow, the drive and the wants to actually get out there and do the things that I have to do wouldn't be the same. And, you wouldn't be able to make memories, or wouldn't be able to just be in the moment, because you already know what's going to happen the next moment. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to ramble on about these 3 different things that I thought about today. And yeah, just wanted to share. So I think that'll be all. If you're still watching, I want to say thank you, and that I appreciate you so much. You are loved, and it's Sunday, so I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you tomorrow.